ready? The show's about to start. Everything NBL One West. Fixtures, results, and updates is right here. Fast Break Radio. Sponsored by Buckets Basketball, Base Compression, and Hoop With Them.
And welcome to Fast Break Radio for round 3. And we're going to speak all about that and also round 2, the games we had on the weekend. It's Easter weekend. Hopefully everyone had a great 4 days off. But we're back to normal, and we're going to be talking about all the games that are coming up. And we're going to talk about every game we had on the weekend as well. Shout out to all my sponsors as well, Base Compression, also Hoop With Them, and Buckets Basketball as well. So great help from them. And it's going to be a huge show. We've got some great guests as always. And can't wait to get straight into it. So we will. And joining me now, the new head coach of the Perry Lakes Hawks, it's Marcus Embury. Marcus, thank you so much for taking the time to join me.
No, absolutely. Pleasure to be here.
No, it's all good. And as you said off air, you're moving house as you're moving over from Melbourne, where you're born and bred. And then, how's that transition been? I guess, as you said, also being the Townsville Fire assistant coach, which we can speak about. How's that kind of transition been for you? I guess moving you and your wife and your dog as well all the way over from Melbourne, I guess.
Bit of a whirlwind. My wife's actually from Perth. So it's her moving back over to Perth, me moving here for the first time. But no, it's been a bit of a whirlwind. Obviously, she's been in Melbourne doing for her work. I've obviously been up in Townsville the last 6 months, enjoying life up there with the Townsville Fire. And then obviously now we're pretty much reuniting over here in Perth. Absolutely loving it, the lifestyle over here so far. Really, really enjoying being over here in Perth.
And Melbourne's beautiful. Melbourne's very, very busy. I guess here is, and I guess Sydney, I go to Sydney quite a bit. Got family there. Super, super busy. Do you feel like Perth is a bit more relaxed? Would you say that, or is there your own definition?
Absolutely. No, really enjoying the more low, like the change of pace of lifestyle. It's definitely a lot slower than what Melbourne is, and I actually really enjoy that. Really appreciating it.
Yeah. Well, look, I want to go through the team because you guys had a really good win on Thursday night, and it was a really, really great win. And even in round 1, you faced a tough Warwick Senators team. I feel like they're the best local talent really team is they've got 4 WNBL players on their starting lineup. It was a great challenge for your girls. First quarter, I think, was great. First half was good. Second half, they used, especially against your young lineup, as you would know, being around the WNBL, the kind of group they have. And we can talk about that. But what do you like about this group? And we can go through it. But what do you like about coaching these girls so far? And I know it's only been 2 games, but what have you enjoyed so far?
No, they've been really, really eager. Really, really bought into how we want to play and how we want to go about things. Obviously, as we are quite a fresh group, like really, really young. So it's like that. Obviously, like for a lot of them, like learning how to play at NBL1 level or taking that next step into like for some of them with the roles that they're into. But no, really, really enjoying the group, like loving the buy-in. Like they've just been more like working their backsides off every single practice. And then obviously, like, again, when they come to game day, like super locked in, ready to go. It's like we've been pretty happy with our first 2 games so far. So we just got to keep building on that week to week and just keep getting better and every single week.
And someone who's really stood out to me, especially in the both 2 games, she had a great first game, Emily Beggs. She's been a junior for Perry Lakes and she's been around in the group for a couple of years now. And she had a great first game. 17 points in that one, and she had 7 points, I think, in like the first few minutes. She's been really exciting for you guys.
Yeah, no, it might be a bit of a surprise to some people out there across NBL1. I am not surprised at all because I've seen how hard she's actually working and how not just on the court with like her own like skill development, but her like attention to detail off the court on both ends of the floor. Super coachable kid. And obviously she departs a little bit before the end of the season going off to San Francisco, which is a really, really exciting opportunity for her. But no, like she's been an absolute pleasure to coach.
Yeah, and even like Bridget Retstadt, she had a huge game on the weekend. And she's averaging 18 points and 13 rebounds from both those two games. Yeah, she's an exciting player that's been brought over, and yeah, really love watching her play.
Yeah, so it's quite funny. I've actually coached against Bridget for the last
Mm,
2 years over in Melbourne. So she's actually gone up against my old team that I was with at Berlin.
yeah.
So I obviously knew what I was getting when I was going to bring her across. I thought she'd be like a really, really good fit for how we want to play on both ends of the floor. Like again, like super coachable, works really, really hard, and just wants to get better. No, she's like again, she had a really, really good game on the weekend against Joondalup, and I think there's only a little bit scratching the surface. I think with her, I think there's even more that like to come.
Mm. And even like Mila Woskovic as well, which I knew nothing about Mila. All I knew, as I did a lot of, looking into her when you guys signed her, but from Maitland in New South Wales. And yeah, she's a really exciting player. I got to give it to you. And the club, I really like Mila, and I think she can make a big impact. And she already has on the team, and even a big impact in the league as well.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that she's only 21
Yeah,
because the way that she conducts herself on and off the floor, like in amongst all the group and all the conversations that like I've had with her and everything, like you'd think she's a lot older.
yeah.
Obviously, she had a year in college at San Diego, and she was in the NBA Global Academy.
Mm,
I think it was around when COVID started. But no, like again, like she's really, really like again another one of those really good person off the floor. Like I cannot speak highly enough of what she's like off the court. And defensively, like she is like phenomenal on the end of the
mm,
floor, and like just the mindset she has. Like not many players that age like hold themselves to such a high level of account on that end of the floor.
mm,
And she takes like great pride in like guarding like the other team's best player, just like wants to go at them, and
mm.
guard them. Like not many kids that like her age like have that mindset. So um, obviously when like I came across her, I wanted to like straight away know that's the type of player I want to bring across.
Mm.
Not just like what she brings off the court on the court, but obviously what is also like what she brings off the court as well, which is pretty important to us here at Perry Lakes.
Yeah, and I'd say you would have coached her last year in Melbourne would have been Maddie Zugner as well, and I guess bringing her over. Yeah, she's great as well. She's averaging 11 points and 4 rebounds a game so far, and only 2 rounds. So we'll see what else she can do and improve on the season. But another cool little signing there as well, and yeah, bringing her over from Berlin.
Yeah, so obviously had Mads over the last couple of years down at Bleam, and she would finished up her college career. Um,
Mm,
is someone that is just willing to do all the little things, and even if it's not necessarily those things that get like put in all the limelight and everything, but she's a really, really important piece of like what we do because like she just knows where to be in the right spots.
yeah.
Super like really, really intelligent on both ends of the floor. And just like helps really like make everything tick. So of course, like when we needed another big to come across because Perry Lakes had I think it was about 3 bigs that kind of departed at the end of last season.
Yeah. Hmm.
When the opportunity came to bring someone like her in, like it was a no-brainer to try and bring her across.
Yeah, yeah. And I know she's been in the league for a long time. She's grown up at Perry Lakes and Mia Bailey as well, playing 150 games. I guess you're really new to Mia as yeah, she got married in the off season and yeah, she's a great player. She's been a great leader for these girls for a long time. And yeah, I just thought mentioning her, congrats on 150 as well.
Yeah, heart and soul of the team. So
Yeah.
pretty much like it's almost like a full like turning circle for her because she's been at the club pretty much from day one. As
Mm,
a little kid running out there now for like her. Like this is a big thing for us here at Perry Lakes is like that pathway all the
mm,
way up for juniors and all the way up to NBL one, and she kind of like really involved like is that because she's come up through that
mm,
junior ranks. She went off to college for Pepperdine, and then it's like come back, and he's now like the leader of like the women's senior program. So I think
mm,
that's really really special. I think
mm,
for Perry Lakes, I don't like for someone who's been at the club from the start and is now like the
mm.
leader
Yeah.
of that program. And like she's been great. like super locked in. Like she's improved. Like she's like really applying herself, practices all the time, and like really doing a really good job leading the group. Again, it's a bit similar as I've said with Mads before. Like sometimes, like a lot of the things under the radar that don't get recognised as where like these are the things it brings to the floor, on and off the floor. No, so she's been great.
It's not all the time that you get, or in the NBL and West, we get coaches from over East that move their whole life over to a new city, uh, join a club that nearly this whole roster, or I'm not saying a lot, all the whole new roster is being kind of reconstructed. And you brought over some of your, some taste from over East, which is really cool. I love seeing like new players come into the league. How hard is it? I feel like it'd be so hard just to put, nearly a full new roster, and then, you realize, we need Mia in there. Ellie Newman has been great. Emma Clark, the young Emma Clark. And then he even had like Jess Jenkins as well, who's been, in the league such a long time. And then, Jenna Teasdale back. But yeah, I feel like I feel for you. I feel like this would have been such a huge task. And I think you've done a really good job.
No, it's part of the joys of coaching. It's been cool. No, it's been really, really cool. Like, and it's kind of what we, as a coaching staff, when we kind of knew like what was happening with the roster, like we kind of like, all right, well, these are the pieces that we kind of need to fill in. And how do you strike that balance? Because we needed to showcase that junior pathway. And there's quite a few juniors that we've got. Like you mentioned Emma Clark before, again, a junior, but you've also got like Ellie Newman, Jenna Teasdale, Eva Smith, Nicola Moore. There's all these juniors coming through. You need to find opportunity for them. Because like, again, that's a really big thing, not like with me and with Perry Lakes. Like we want to showcase that pathway coming through. But then we need to obviously bring some people in, but people that are not just like good basketballers, but people who are like great people off the floor. Because that's like the bit that comes first with us. Like you got to be a great person first before we even worry about like where you are as a basketballer. Because if you don't tick that culture box, then like that you're not really the fit for us. But no, that's one of the cool things that coaches. This is where we're at. Like now we got to put this roster together. And like how do the pieces then fit together? Like anyone can go out and just go like pull some names in, but the pieces need to fit. They need to make sense. So then like when the whole like jigsaw puzzles together, like hopefully we can have a pretty successful season.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about the game very soon, but I think with those puzzle pieces, I think they've been put together really well. And even we saw signs against Warwick that they can stay with Warwick and they can play with elite competition. But I just want to quickly ask, I'd say, having a few weeks ago, speaking to Chloe Forster, as I've known her for quite a while, just being around the league, and also you winning the championship with Townsville Fire as well. What an amazing achievement, and how did that feel as well, being the assistant and winning with Chloe, winning with Alex as well, who's with the Willetton Tigers, as I know she's not here at the moment, but will be joining them soon. Jessie Edwards, who I had on the show, and I spoke to her about the club as well, and her joining late. But how was that, winning a WNBL championship?
I don't know if you can put words to it. It's really, really cool. It's one of those ones where like you put so much work in throughout the season, and then when it all like pays off, it makes it worth it. It's why you do it, because you're chasing that end goal by the end of the season. Because obviously the year before we went down to Bendigo, that was a very, very good team. So obviously then you spend like that off season, like, okay, what do we need to do to put us over that hump? And then when you actually get to pull it off, because that game too was like, I know I've heard lots of people say it's probably like one of the greatest, if not the greatest game of WNBL basketball that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
I feel like it aged about 50 years in the process of that game, with like the roller coaster was going up and down the whole time. Which I think just adds to it, like, in how, like, what a cool experience it was to win that game and to win a championship. It's like, not everyone can say that they've won it. So to be just one little part of that program that won the championship, like, it's a pretty cool.
Yeah, and you also, were assisting with Marcus Wong, who's won, a championship over here with the Rocking Flames and done a great job with Rocco and Coach Joondalup as well. So there's some, NBL One West kind of ties. But yeah, let's go to some of the games that we had on the weekend for Easter weekend. And first off, on Thursday, the Coburn Cougars had a 20-point win against the Willetton Tigers. And yeah, they raised their banner as well, their championship banner for the Coburn Cougars. And yeah, they had, they've got an amazing team, that's why I'm really high on this team because Coburn, the defending champions, they lost quite a bit, as I've spoken about in previous shows. But Alex Chibatoni was big, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 3 steals. Jessie Edwards, 17 and 11 for her. Alira Fotu, 14 points, having a good start to her season with Coburn. And then also Hannah Summers as well off the bench, 13 points for her. Willow, Ruby Porter, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Emma Gandini as well, 18 points, 9 rebounds. Ella Murdoch as well, 10 and 8. And Courtney Stothard off the bench, 11 and 7. And yeah, I know, Marcus, you being pretty new to the league. Is there anyone out there that really stands out? I guess Chiba, Jessie, knowing her, even like Jewel Williams maybe. But yeah, you would have seen Coburn having a undefeated streak as well last year. And I guess I've spoken about it. It's going to be hard for them to do, but yeah, they definitely have a team to I guess, do it again.
Well, they've still got 3 pieces to come in, which I think is probably the scary part for everyone else because they've still got 3 big names yet to even come into that roster.
Correct, yeah.
So, and like Willetton, I think have got they've still got an import and Fowler to come in as well, from my understanding. But like, yeah, Coburn, like I know there's been a little bit of a change with some of the players there, but like that team is still loaded. They're up there right at the top end of the pecking order for me.
Yeah, and yeah, well, a great game and a great win. And it was good to see Ruby Porter against her old team as well. So yeah, it was great to see. And then yeah, we'll move to Prairie Lakes and the Joondalup Wolves. Big win for your girls, 88-62. As I said, I was commentating this one, and it was a really great game to commentate. As yeah, Bridget was great, 23 points, 18 rebounds, 3 steals in this one. And then Mila Worskowicz as well with 15 points, 3 rebounds. Maddie Zugner as well, 14 points, 6 rebounds. Emily Beggs, the 8 points for her. And even Ellie Newman off the bench, she was hitting the 3 ball, 15 points for her. And I feel bad saying this, Marcus, because before the game, you would have heard it. I said that you guys would have a really hard time with the inside presence of Yamaya Morris, even Pierre Louis as well. And maybe even Quirk-Io off the bench. And you guys did a really good job of actually handling their bigs and Yamaya, even though she had, like some easy shots inside. And I guess from your point of view, yeah, she scored a few inside. But you guys actually led this whole game, I think, in interior scoring inside the keyway. You actually had more than them. So I apologize about that I had doubt on your team. But yeah, I thought from that point of view they did a great job of dealing with Yamaya.
Yeah, I'm all for the people doubting us. I think we're going to get that all season. I think no one's really talking about us, which I think is great. Like,
yeah,
I'm more than happy for people to keep like letting us fly under the radar and all that stuff. But no, I think I was probably most happy with our defense in that game. I know people go, "Oh, you scored 88 points and all that." Like, we've still got a long way to go with our offense, but I think it was our defense and application to like scout execution. All that was probably what I was most happy with. And like, I know you spoke about like what some of our players did on offense, but like, I think people need to speak about like the job that Miller did on like Adawea Leach on defense, she had 20 points the week before and she had like no field goals. And same like Kimberly Pierre-Louis, like she's a stud, like an absolute stud of a player, international experience.
She had
32 the week before, like absolute bucket. But it like, again, like it just shows like us as defensively, like what I was really, really happy with. No, I thought we did a great job on that end.
Yeah. Well, and it was really good to see you guys were playing amazing. I was really, really happy, and it was a good game to watch. But Yamaya Morris, had the 16 points, 11 rebounds. She could easily go for over 20 points, over 25. and keeping her to that 16 was great as well. And then as it was Quirgaio as well with 12 points. And Ella Thornton-Elliott hit a couple of threes in that second half. But yeah, for most of the game, well, for the whole game, you guys were really in control. And yeah, I was really happy with the execution, as you said, defensively. And yeah, interior scoring was great. And even your team shot the ball from the field goal percentage, or just the twos, in 53%, shot 31% from three. Um, as your philosophy, as your head coach, as you being a head coach, what is there anything else that stood out in that one to you?
Without giving away a scouting report, I think the pace that we played at, I think, was probably something. I even think that's what was even spoken about a little bit during the game. Like, it's probably not really a secret. We're going to get up and down a little bit, play at quite a fast pace, and I think we did a really good job playing with that pace and where we want to get to. I still think we've got a long way to go with our offense and where we can keep building and getting to. The same thing even on defense. I think we still have a long way to go from that end. But just our application to do the right things and follow the script or the plan, if you want to call it that way, was kind of like what I was really, really happy with. And as you said, your Maya is a really, really tough cover in there. Like, she's 6'6" in the day, and is and there's a big 6'6". Like, she's a really efficient finisher. Like, she's been number one in paint finishing in the WNBL the last 2 years or something, or right up there. So if you let her get shots around the rim in the paint, she's putting them in. That's just what she does. So, no, pretty happy to walk out with the win. Still got a long way to go. We're very much one that takes it week by week. But a really, really good bounce back from the week before.
Definitely. And then we'll move on to Southwest Slammers getting a win over the Perth Redbacks as well, 82-74. And Marcus, I don't know if you know much about the Slammers, but last year it was their first win in 2 years. They have been a struggling franchise, but great to see their second game of the season they get a win against a Redbacks team, even though no Annalie Maley. But I picked Redbacks for this one. Bree Chalk was great, 29 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. She's someone that us in the media side don't really talk about. She's a young player, and we're talking about it this week. Big game for her to stand out, and that was great. And then Lacey Rameka as well, 22 points, 11 rebounds. Bri Bailey as well, 18 points as well. And Bostic, their import, 10 points. And for Perth, Shanae Hartree, 17 points, 6 rebounds. Olivia Berry, 14 points, 5 rebounds. Alicia Pannon, 11 and 7 and 5 assists. And it was Barmentalu as well with 16 and 12 off the bench. So, Redbacks are going to be upset. They went all the way to Bunbury on a Thursday night and couldn't get the win. But, yeah, I'm really happy for the Slammers. I don't know if you know much about both these teams, but 2 young teams as well this season. And there'll be, teams you all have circled, I guess, that should be, a definite win.
Yeah, well, the Redbacks have still got quite a few people to come in. I think there's at least 3. Yeah. I think there's at least 3 names still coming in. I think Slammers have still got an import to come in as well. I think they're missing a big. But Bree Chalk had a career best game. I think Bostic's a really, really tough cover. I think she had a triple-double the week before, I think it was.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Brianna Bailey actually coached against down in Melbourne last year, so I actually know all about her and her shooting. And she's carried her form over from last year. She was 20 points a game last year over in Melbourne, so she's carried that straight across. No, that Slammers team I really rate. They got a lot of talent on that team, so I think they'll be surprising a few people this year because I really rate that team. But good on them getting the win.
Yeah, and then Eastern Suns taking on the Warwick Senators as well, and Warwick took care of business 92-68. And we'll look at the Eastern Suns. It was Bronson as well with 20 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Emma Streeling with 13 points in this one. Alyssa Bowen, 11 points as well. Another young team. They're also, still a pretty new team trying to get together. And they struggled last year, but Bronson looks pretty good. I'm really excited. I actually spoke to her at the East Perth game. She was there with some of the Suns girls, and we're watching the men's game, and actually met her, and also met Kayla as well, Kiriaru as well, so met her. Great people to speak to. It was really good. And yeah, for Warwick, Chloe Forster, 20 points in this one, 4 assists. Kiara Waite, I think she was on holiday, but she's back. 18.7 rebounds. Mackenzie Clinch-Boycott, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Jada Clark with 10 points as well. Kiana Weir adding 6 points. Such a tough lineup. As I said, they're all WNBL players. And then now you add Kiara Waite into that as well. But like I said, I think you guys did really good against them. But there's going to be, you'll definitely see some positives in that one. And yeah, they're definitely a favourite, I think, for finals this year.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's another team definitely in the West, probably in the country, that can say their entire starting five is WNBL, and then you have a former Opal coming off the bench.
Yeah.
But they are loaded. And they are very, very talented and very, very tough cover because they got shooting pretty much 1 through 5 in that starting five, with Wade out there on the floor. So that makes it a really, really tough cover. They are really, really hard to beat. But no, that Eastern Suns team, I think, because Bronson's going to be a pretty tough cover from what I saw of the week before. So now I think, because they kept they didn't let it they kept hanging around a little bit. I think it blew out a little bit towards the end. I think when I did have a look at it, but that Suns team, Alyssa Bowen did really well in the 20s Nationals. I think that's definitely someone to keep watching as the season keeps evolving through, because she can shoot it quite a bit by the look of it. So I think that'll be a group that will probably keep building, especially towards the end of the season once they really get rolling. Yeah, no, Warwick though, that is a very, very tough cover.
Yeah. And I guess in that round one, I feel like round one, round two are always really hard to scout, especially for a new coach like you, not knowing everyone. But did it kind of help that I guess you knew a lot of those girls? It was maybe a little bit easier to scout for you?
Well, I'm definitely one who likes to do my homework.
Yeah.
No matter who we were playing round one, we would have made sure that we would cross everyone, who everyone was. Even for the game against Joondalup, they've with Kimberly Pierre-Louis not really playing out in Australia before. We definitely did our homework and knew what we wanted to try and do. No, we're definitely, as a whole program, we're very focused on. We need to make sure that our players are prepared for each game. And that obviously starts with us as an entire coaching staff, make sure we're across everything. It's still pretty exciting though, going up against some very, very talented players.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And then on Saturday night, East Perth taking on the Mandurah Magic. And first quarter was looking great. I was watching this one, 111-80 win for the East Perth Eagles. And yeah, Mandurah still have a few girls out as well. The Jacobs sisters were I guess the main cover for this team, and they really took them out of their flow in the second half. But Sydney Wright did a great job for the Eagles, 24 points and 4 assists for her. Jazz Fijo as well, 24 points, 8 rebounds. You would have seen her around in the WNBL, originally from Adelaide. Stacey Barr as well, 21 points, 11 rebounds. And Brooke Malone, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Jade Williams as well, 8 points, 7 rebounds. And the scary thing, they've still got Sarah Mortensen to bring in.
Yep.
And that's the scary thing. Sarah, formerly playing for the Coburn Cougars. She's been playing for Denmark as well right now, and that's why she's not here. That's a scary, scary team. And I've actually been looking at the roster saying, who do you take out of the starting five for Sarah Mortensen?
Well, I'm not the one making that decision.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just as I was at the game, I said, who is Janelle going to take off the starting lineup for her? That's, as you said, that's something for Janelle to sort out when she gets here. Quickly before we go into to the Magic, I actually spoke with Sydney Wright. I'm going to pop that in the show right now.
joining me, Sydney Wright from the East Perth Eagles. Sydney, massive win against a Mandurah Major team. They're so physical. They're a really well-coached team by Vlad Alava, and really a tough physical game, as I said. How'd you feel to come out with the win in that one?
Yeah, really good. We knew it would be a tough matchup tonight. Obviously, both Jacob sisters are great competitive players, so we knew we had to do our job on them. But, as you could see, everyone stepped up to the plate. I thought we scrambled hard on defense. I thought we communicated well. And then offensively, we were able to play the style of basketball that we like to play. So it's just a good, fun game.
And Janelle Morley, we know here in WA, she's an amazing coach, won a national championship with Warwick. And also been an assistant coach in the men's division as well with the Joondalup Wolves. What do you like about playing for Janelle?
Honestly, Janelle's been so refreshing for me to play for as a player. She's competitive, she's personable, she knows her X's and O's, but honestly, the way she handles relationships and, our team camaraderie, it all starts with Janelle. So it's been super fun to play for her.
And you got, like your fellow import, like in Jade Williams as well, Brooke Malone, Stacey Barr. You got an all-star cast, and you've also got Sarah Mortensen to join you as well.
Yeah.
How far do you think you girls can go?
Well, our goal is to go all the way. Obviously, we've got a lot of talent, and I mean, even the names after that are deep. We go deep on our bench, and everybody's in it for the same reason. We all have the same goal, so we're in it for the long haul.
And tonight as well, quickly for the game, they stuck with you guys in that first quarter. It looked like it was going to be maybe a full game competing, but you girls came out in the second half and just really took them out of their game and stopped them from what they wanted to do. The Jacob sisters really struggled, or not majorly struggled, but you girls really took care of them in that second half. What was kind of Janelle's kind of chat to you guys at half? What did she come out with?
We knew it was going to be a battle, especially early on. So we wanted to stay consistent with what we were doing, and knowing that, hopefully third quarter, fourth quarter, we would be able to run our legs and really go into our depth to get the job done. So that was our game plan, and it worked.
Well, Sydney, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And great from Sydney, and a legend. Her father, a legend. As we know, former head coach of the Adelaide 36ers, Joey Wright, as well. So, great to have her in the league. But Mandurah, they've always been such a tough team. They're also very physical. Vlad Alava, I think one of the best coaches in the league as well. So, Claire was good in this one, 20 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Mia Jacobs as well, 19 and 5 assists. Sean Hayward as well, 12 points. And Georgia Adams, I said to Vlad, I actually spoke to Vlad after the game, I said Georgia Adams did a really, really good job. She's been up and down with her career through injuries and stuff like that, and it was great to see her have a really good game, 14 and 3. But this is a team also to watch out for. They are missing a couple pieces, some imports. It was forgetting names, but their import was actually
Aaron Antos, the big.
Aaron.
We played round one, wasn't there on the weekend, and they've still got an absolute stud of a point guard to come in. He's dominated in the South the last couple of years, so I think so.
Yeah, well,
pretty scary for them. For everyone else,
definitely
pretty scary.
Yeah, well, Erin, I can see she actually I've heard that she actually broke her nose in training. So we'll see. Well, I was speaking to Vlad about it, and he said, "Oh, well, hopefully it's not too bad." But she had a big black eye and on the bench, so hopefully she'll be okay, and they definitely need her into that group. And then also we'll go to the last game of the round. That was Rockingham Flames and the Lakeside Lightning, and Flames took care of business, 107-79. And someone we all know really well, Sammy Whitcomb, was into the lineup, 42 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 assists. What do you expect from Sammy? I guess that's just a normal day for her in the NBL 1 West, I guess.
Yeah, well, she's as good as what she is for a reason. Because I don't think people realise how hard she works to get to the level that she's at. So when she pulls up those stat lines, and it's not just like the stat lines, but just how she helps teams just win. Like it's even the other things is just she does it don't pop up in the stat sheet. Like even at practices she will always lift the floor up any team that she's on. So she just raises so much. with her leadership. So she just helps teams win, as evident when she won the title for Bendigo a couple of years ago in WNBL. So, and even like people have seen it with the Opals, how she's just helped that team just like win. So,
Yeah, well, big one for her. And speaking on Sammy, she was our player of the week, brought to you by Base Compression. So yeah, as I said, 42 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists in 34 minutes. And I saw some of the shots she was making and easily getting to the rim as well. So yeah, big round for her. And yeah, don't know how many games I guess they'll have her, but she'll be around hopefully and in and out maybe. But yeah, still got this lady, Tej Morel, last year's MVP for the league, 16 points, 8 rebounds for her. Steph Berberabe as well, former Joondalup Wolf, 14 points, 3 rebounds. Paris Duffield off the bench with 11 points, and Paris Spencer as well, adding 11. So another team to watch out for, I guess. And then for Lakeside, Sam Lubke in this one, 20 points and 9 rebounds. Sam Roscoe, 12 points, 2 rebounds. Esmeralda Morales with 12 points also. And Sarah Allen off the bench with 17 points. Yeah, they had a great first round as well for Lakeside, but yeah, just couldn't get this one done against the Flames. But yeah, that's all the games we have in round 2 for Easter weekend. And yeah, we'll move straight into the women's games for this weekend. But first off, I did miss my chat, the chat I had as well with Bridget Retstadt as well, which yeah, I did miss that before, so I'm going to pop that in right now.
Bridget, what a fantastic game and a huge win for your second game in the NBL 1 West, 23-18. You're a dominant out there, and you had some tough matchup. You had Yamaya Morris, she's huge, like literally, played in the WNBL. How did you feel after that huge win?
I think I was really excited going up against someone like Morris, just to kind of see where I stand in competition-wise. So coming off that and performing as well as I did, it's really encouraging and just really exciting to play with such high competition.
And you had a tough Warwick team last week that have WNBL talent. They're an amazing team. And tonight you guys look extremely different. Even though you only lost by 13 points, you look like a full different team. You had 4 quarters of amazing basketball, and kind of what have you girls been working on in the week to from the change from last week?
Yeah. So if you watch our Warwick game, that was essentially the first game we've played as a full squad at the moment, and so there's just so many things where like little miscommunications or slight lapses mentally, and so we were just really trying to hone in on that this past week, just to kind of clean those things up, because we knew we had the talent to beat Warwick. We kind of just beat ourselves in our turnovers and missed free throws, and so we just kind of tried to pick the things that we could control and really focus on those.
And quickly, Marcus Embury, he's been really good, and he looks energetic. He really looks like he loves coaching you girls. Yeah. What do you like about playing for Marcus here in Perry Lakes?
Yeah, so I actually came to Perry Lakes because of Marcus. He was a coach in the league that I was playing in before, and just the system that he runs, he loves to play freely, but like give us the answers to the defense. So like pretty much any defense we are faced with, we know like, okay, if they're running this defense, we know what we can do to break it. And so that freedom is really refreshing. And he's just young and brings so much energy, like you said. And so it's fun to play with someone who has a lot of experience, but also can relate with us and like just push us to be better.
Well, enjoy that win, huge, and also Mia Sadie, Mia Bailey now, 150 games. So enjoy that win with the girls, and yeah, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. See, I feel bad. I actually miss Bridget there, and yeah, love her game. As I said, she had a great game, and really, actually, not just saying this because you're on the show. I really definitely enjoyed watching her play. So. Yeah, really happy for her and that win for you guys. But yeah, we'll go to next round. And yeah, I feel like for some of the listeners, for the viewers as well, that might not know too much about you, Marcus, yeah, let's talk about kind of how you got into basketball. And yeah, I guess coaching is always a good pathway that I feel like a lot of people especially aspiring basketball players, I always say myself, I always dreamt of playing basketball. Always, always, always. I wanted to play in the UK. I wanted to play for Great Britain, being born in the UK, moving here at a young age. And always wanted to play. Never thought of coaching until injuries caused me to actually have to coach Wobble, and then actually had a chance to coach in the NBL One West, but at the time SBL with East Perth, and did that, and also spent a year at the Perilex Hawks as well with the men's for 1 year. So yeah, for you, how was your kind of start in basketball? Were you kind of a basketball player and then it moved on, or was it strictly coaching?
It started off as a player,
Mm.
pretty typical, and then played all the way up through juniors. But I actually started coaching whilst I was still playing juniors. So
Yeah.
over in Melbourne, I'd have like, when you get to the older age groups, you have like 9:40 games, so
Yeah.
quite late on a Friday night. But I'd actually would end up coaching at like an under 12 team, 6:40
Mm.
early that evening. So I actually ended up doing when I was I think I was like playing in under 18s, and I started coaching.
Yeah.
Might have been about 14, I think, when I started coaching a rep team. Right about there. So I kind of just did the both. Even though I was playing seniors, I was still coaching juniors. Then you also get to a point where injuries mount up and you can't really do it anymore. Then it just kind of transitions more into coaching, and it was juniors. And I was coaching my entire junior coaching career for the most part was actually coaching boys.
Yeah.
You just naturally just fall into that kind of line, I suppose, and put it in that way. And it wasn't until would have been end of 2022, so prior to the 2023 season, where I just got a phone call because it kind of fell into because I'd always track stats. It's kind of always like I've always really enjoyed working with numbers, and I kind of had done it with my junior team to help with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then get a phone call to start working with Boleyn under Mason Rogers. So started doing that, and I like instantly fell in love with coaching the female side of the sport. We won a grand final in 2023. Lost in 2024 by a point. That was a wild game, that one as well. So, and then it was after that season I ended up getting the phone call to go over to Townsville for the 2024-25 season. So I ended up doing that for a year. Went back to Boleyn to do that again for an off season. Just more because of circumstance, because I had a wedding and all that to plan around, so it didn't feel like the right time to try and go into a first head coaching senior gig. Obviously went up to Townsville for this past year, but also in amongst that, like winter of 2025 is when I started doing a bit of stuff for the Opals, with being their performance analyst and doing all the data analytics to put into like what you kind of see in the NBA. So kind of been doing that for them pretty much since the Asia Cup last year, remotely. So that's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
That sort
Well,
of
I
thing.
wanted to, yeah. Sorry, Marcus. Yeah, I wanted to bring that up quickly. Yeah. Yeah, being the performance analyst with the Opals. Yeah. As I said, I feel like the biggest honor is, coaching for your country, or even just an international team. It's always been something I wanted to do, was coach for an international team, or help in some way. And yeah, how was that when you got the call you were gonna, help out with the Opals?
Bit of a shock, bit of a surprise. Not something that you just expect is going to happen when you're very humbled and grateful enough to even get like be in the WNBL. Like that's in its own self is like you can never really take those opportunities for granted. But then when you get like the opportunity to help like your national team, like that's very humbling. Like really like puts things in like perspective. Like it's pretty cool when you get to be involved in what is really a game. For like your national team. So that's been really, really cool getting to do that, helping out with like the Asia Cup stuff and all that. They obviously just had the tournament back in Turkey, and then we'll start with the World Cup prep and all that coming up later this year. So that it's been really rewarding. But the last 4 years of my basketball coaching has been a bit of a massive whirlwind, like a bit of massive blur. But it's good to see like the little like it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool to see how it's like kind of when you reflect back on it. Because after I had a little bit of downtime prior to the season starting here, and you reflect back on how the last 4 years has been in your coaching journey. I had no idea that if I asked myself like 5 years ago, if I was where I am today in my coaching, no chance I would have said that it would have been coaching NBL one as a senior head coach, being involved in the WNBL, and being able to like help out the Opals with all the data analytics stuff. Like, there's no chance I would have thought that would have happened.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's great. It's great to see, and I think a lot of people when they heard you were coming, were excited to have you as a head coach. A lot of head coach changes this year in the league, especially the women's, a few in the men's, but yeah, it's really good to see. So we love having you here so far for the Hawks. But yeah, Marcus, as we got to know you a little bit, we'll get to some of the games for round three. And like I said, if you want to give your tip, you're more than welcome. But yeah, first off, we've got the Perth Redbacks taking on the Willetton Tigers. And yeah, I know Perth have had some outs for them. They won't have Maylee. She's over in China playing. And yeah, the Tigers don't know when they've got Fowler coming in. The Tigers have had a tough start to the season going down to East Perth. And then also Coburn as well. So they're winless so far, and Sue Williams, their head coach as well. So yeah, a bit of a new coaching staff for them. But I think they can get this one done against the Redbacks. But I think it's going to be really tough, and that's at Belmont as well. So the home of the Redbacks. So this one I'm not too sure about, but I'm going to go with the Tigers in this one, Marcus.
Well, having Ruby Porter there is going to be a really, really tough cover. I don't know when some of the players are Redbacks. I think Sam Ashby's team has finished up in Germany, but I don't know when she may or may not be coming in.
Yeah.
I know I might sit on the fence in this one because it's a bit of a toss up. I think it's going to be really, really close though.
Yeah. And you just mentioned Sam Ashby, someone who was a former Hawk. She also has been playing in Britain, played for Great Britain also. It's okay if you don't think so, but do you think she could be someone that maybe NBL teams might be looking for? Maybe for a DP or yeah, I don't know. I feel like she might be able to break that maybe.
It's definitely a chance.
Yeah.
Especially because she can shoot the ball. She can shoot it at like a really, really high level. And especially when you got more teams coming into the WNBL over this net. Well, you got Tasmania coming in this season. That opens up pretty much 10 to 12 new opportunities up. So you definitely would be in that conversation for sure.
Yeah. She's had a good rise as well too for her career so far and still young. So we'll see how she goes. And then the Rockingham Flames taking on the Southwest Slammers, and the Slammers get another home game in Eton. So yeah, I think, look, like we said, the Slammers have actually had a good start to the season. So I don't think this will be a smashing, but yeah, we'll see if they have Sammy. I think with Sammy, yeah, I don't think anyone she's going to be hard cover for anyone in the league. But I think Slammers will keep it pretty close. But I think I think I'm going to go with Sammy being there. So I think the Flames will get this one.
Yeah, I think if Sammy's there, it'll be advantage Flames. But as I said before, I really rate the Slammers this year. And I think they're going to catch a lot of people off guard. So I do think it will be pretty close.
Yeah. And then Warwick Senators taking on the East Perth Eagles. I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm super excited. I can see you smiling, Marcus. This is going to be a good one. And maybe if you've got time, you'll be tuning into that one. But wow, I don't know who to pick. But one of my favorite players, I picked Chloe Forster for the MVP for this year, which we'll see how it goes. But I just really love her game, and you would see her a lot throughout the year, and you'll understand kind of what I see. But I'm so torn. I'm only going to go for the home team, but I think East Perth can get it done and keep their 3-0 record, but then also Warwick haven't lost a game. So and you've seen Warwick this season, haven't seen East Perth, but I'm just going to go with the home team. I'm not 100% sure. I'm kind of on the fence, but yeah, and I love Chloe as a person, as a player, so that's why I'm going. I'm going for Warwick.
Yeah, no, and Chloe improved a lot over a season up in Townsville. But no, I can't pick this one. I think they're both.
Yeah.
I think these two teams in Coburn are the three top end probably for me with manager just slightly behind. I don't think you can split these teams at the moment pretty much on paper. So I probably will be tuning into this one because I'm really it's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that one. Hopefully, if I'm free, I'll definitely try and get down to that one. And then also on Saturday, Mandurah and Eastern Suns as well. This is going to be a really good one, but it's a very young Suns team. But I think Mandurah should have their number after a tough loss at East Perth. But yeah, right now in that team, it's really the Jacobs sisters that cause a real issue. When they get their imports and when they get, everyone back, I think they'll be a really, really tough team. But I think while they've got their outs, I think people can take pretty much good advantage of them. And if Eastern Suns somehow shut down Jacobs sisters, I think they can get it done. But I think Mandurah will get this one.
I think you'd probably be leaning towards Mandurah, but this is kind of the whole thing with the whole comp. Is like anyone could bet anyone on any day, because there's just with the amount of talent that's rolling around this year. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, and then also the Joondalup Wolves taking on the Coburn Cougars. Going to be a really good clash. And look, I went for them against you guys, which you guys proved me wrong.
That's all. Everyone can keep doing that. That's fine.
And then also, Coburn. Look, I picked them for the championship this year, and I can't go against them. I would love to see someone beat them though, but I think the Wolves. Look, I think if they play how they played against you guys, they have no way they can win this game. It's at Joondalup, so the crowd's going to be behind them. Coburn coming into enemy territory, but I can't go against Coburn yet, so I'm going to go for the Cougars on this one.
Yeah, they are rolling at the moment too. No, yeah, it'll be interesting though, because I know Joondalup has still got one to come in who will be pretty good, and Coburn's, who I don't know when any of those ones are coming in, but you'd think with how Coburn's rolling right now, you'd think Coburn.
Yeah, I'm going to cut this out, but do you guys have a bye?
We do have a bye.
Okay, cool. That's right.
The men are off to Geraldton.
Oh, correct. Yeah. I said it
week off, and we're not back on. I think we got Lakeside round 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really good clash, Joondalup and Coburn, and your girls having the week off, the men going up to Gero. What are you kind of going to be doing this week? A lot of prep, I guess, going through something you want to work on from your 2 first games of the season. What are you girls going to be working on this week?
We'll just be using these pretty much next 4 training sessions over the next 2 weeks to really just keep building on, because we just keep building on what we've done pretty much so far. We just want to make sure we're plugging away and keep getting better and better. I'm pretty happy with how we've gone so far in the 2 games. You can never really rest and be satisfied with how you've gone. You've got to keep chasing more. Because the moment you settle and you feel like you've done enough, and that's when you're going to get bitten on the backside and get beaten the next one. So, the next 4 weeks we'll go at it pretty hard, keep sharpening the tools, keep working on a few things before we're ready to go round 4 against Lakeside.
Well, Marcus, it was great to talk to you. I really appreciate your time. And I love what you've done so far with Perry Lakes. As I said, I've watched both games. I really want to keep watching because I'm really intrigued by the team and the players you brought over. I'm really excited to see, and a great bunch of girls as well. So, as I said, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today.
No, pleasure. Thanks for having me on here.
No worries. And for listeners and the watchers, don't go anywhere because we've got men's action coming straight up. We've got Carl Filpo from the East Perth Eagles men's to talk all about the men's division after this. And we're now going to speak and talk everything NBL 1 West men's in the men's division. And joining me, head coach
of the East Perth Eagles. It's Carl Filpo. Carl, great to have you on the show. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me, mate.
All good. And how's the Easter weekend been for you? I know a great win on Saturday night, and that'll definitely make your Easter weekend better. But how's it been? And been up to much? I know you're a busy man, but yeah, been up to much this weekend?
I'm a busy guy, but that's how I like it. No, it's a bit of a relax, to be honest. Bit of family time yesterday. Other than that, as we do as coaches, review a bit of footage and go through some film and start looking ahead, to the week ahead and start making some plans. So good opportunity to do that as well. So yeah, pretty cruisy.
Yeah, well, I guess in the week, the big news, we can talk about the game, during the show as well. And when we go through all the games, is a big win against Mandurah on Saturday night. First home game for your boys, and great turnout. As I said, before the show, it was a great turnout. I was there as well with some mingling with some NBL1 players and having a chat, and it was a really, really good game. But it was good to see a lot of the crowd there as well at Morley. But big news this week. I guess you guys signed Lat Mayan as well, as we know, from the Perth Wildcats, and he's going to be such a great inclusion to the team, coming off a championship over in NBL1 Central, I think it was in Adelaide. So with the West Adelaide Bearcats. So he's an NBL player and won championships as well at that level. So what's kind of Lat going to bring to the team, and kind of what was the process of getting him this season?
Yeah, well, the first one, what does he bring to the team? Like, a lot. He's pretty robust and versatile. Didn't really get a lot of time this year with the Wildcats. Fair to say he played a lot more at Adelaide. But yeah, he can do so much, whether it's scoring from all areas of the floor, guarding, defending, and he's hungry because he hasn't played a lot of actual game time in the last 12 months. So he's pretty hungry. He's pretty keen. In terms of the process, I tried to reach out to him in the early stages of the recruitment process. Didn't get hold of him. It was more of a he seemed to be more focused on what he had to do at NBL and at Wildcats, and I said fair enough, and we kind of moved on. And as it turned out, after the first game, we had an injury to Sharif, and it kind of just, in a way, it kind of fell in our lap, and it was I caught up with him on, I think it was the day after the game. Yeah, it was the day after the game, and had a chat on the phone, and I just said, well, why don't we just have a coffee and just have a chat about what it might look like, and we did, and it sort of clicked pretty quickly, and I mean, from what he tells me, he loves it in Perth, and he's enjoying himself. He's got a young family as well, and it was just a good fit, and that's what it is. Usually, it's not always about the talent. He's talented, obviously, but it has to be, it has to be a good fit for everyone, for him and for us. So yeah.
Yeah, and like David was also a huge signing this year. Getting David back. For people who don't know, David Aquera playing for the Wildcats. Had him a couple of years ago, and he's really jumped and improved at the NBL level. And you can see, I saw the game against Willerton. I also saw, as I said, I was there on the weekend against Mandurah, and he just shows that he is a level above, and he is at that NBL level. I think in the past he's kind of been borderline for me, but he is an amazing player and a great player to watch. He had a huge double as well, and I think that's an amazing pickup, getting David, and you must be happy to have him back on the roster as well.
Oh, we're wrapped. Obviously, he's such a great guy. There's never he gets along with everybody. He's really coachable. He listens.
Yeah.
He wants to win. He wants to execute. And whilst he did play a decent amount this year, I'm sure he wanted to play more. So, an opportunity for him to be in Perth and play more and be comfortable where he is. He's played played under me before and at the club, and the club's got a really good feel at the moment. And he just slots right into that, being, like I said, being such a great guy. His teammates love him. We love him. He works hard. He works hard. He does all the right things. He's smart, and you're right. He's come a long way since 2024. He was great in 24, but he's a lot better now. Body wise, game wise, maturity, IQ. He's strong. He's long. He's fast. He's shoots, the guards, he protects the rim. I could go on, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know I won't go through the whole roster, but there are a lot of guys that I really like on the roster, like even Max Rice. He has one of the quickest releases as well on his shot. So, like, hard to close out on. You had him last year in 2025, and was a great addition, and you brought him back. What did you like about Max? And was he kind of a player last year at the end of the season you were really wanting to kind of lock in to the roster early?
Yep, spoke to him before he left pretty suddenly. He was going home to get married, so we didn't have a lot of time post-season. We got through playoff. We got through the first playoff game and then the second one against Rockingham there, and it was like a couple of days later he had to go. It was so in terms of exit interview and all that, that happened all very quickly, and we had a chat about coming back, and he was pretty keen, and we were really keen. He really has to be respected and guarded. You got to stay close to him. And what probably a lot of people maybe don't realise about Max is that when they are sort of trying to take him out of the game, he is still able to get other guys involved. So whether it's through just them having to just hug him and not help off him to open other guys up, or whether it's just him facilitating, like the Rockingham game, Isaac gave him a hard time on the perimeter there, but he was able to find, it was either 5 or 6 assists that game. And that often gets overlooked as well. And Max is a great player out of those pick and rolls, and makes really good decisions. He's smart. He's really high IQ, and so much to like about Max. And another guy who's a great culture fit and a really great teammate. And coaches and players alike all really love him. So it was an easy one.
And then as well on the weekend, you were missing Jonah Antonio, but to still get a really comfortable win against a good Mandurah team. I know they're missing a couple players, but it's still really their core group. You would have been happy as well, even though Jonah wasn't there. You would have loved to have him in that game, but you've still got to add Jonah with those pieces with Lat. There's a lot to like about the roster, and I know you definitely love it, and I think it's a really exciting brand of basketball that you've got this year. But what do you like about having Jonah as well, who's an NBL talent in this roster as well?
Yeah, well, it's interesting that you say it was comfortable. I didn't feel that comfortable. Oh, gee, I think I was, I know it was kind of warm in there, but I was sweating through my shirt, I'll tell you that. They really gave us a run. They definitely didn't give up, and they were really good.
No, definitely.
But Jonah, missing Jonah is obviously, it leaves a hole, but I thought the guys filled it really well. Having Jonah's great. I think initially the approach Jonah, in terms of Jonah, it was kind of like, he's coming to help out and then he's going to bounce off to his next gig. And for him, in his exit interview, sort of to say that he loves, that he really loved his time at the club and enjoyed the people, and really has what he would like to think that this could be a home for him, or a place to return to as he goes through his career, because he is an elite level player. And obviously, you don't get selected for Australia at any level without being that. They're the top of the top, right? And even at 3-on-3, which is a bit of a different game, but at the end of the day, it's about that, that one-on-one, the ability to shoot, rebound and guard just quickly. And he's a, elite level athlete. People don't realise that either. That guy can get on the rim like no one else. And obviously, you have to guard him on the perimeter as well. Having him and Max on those wings is great, and they can bounce off each other. If you saw the Warwick game last year, the one that we played at their place, where I think Jonah went off in the first half, must have had high 20s at least at that point, and then Max had a few, and then it sort of flipped the other way, and Max ended up with 30-something, Jonah about the same. They were hard to guard, and that's what we were looking for this year again.
Yeah, well, the roster's looking great. I don't want to leave out Lee Roberts. He's amazing. We know about Lee, but I love Lee. I think he's an amazing guy, amazing player. And even he's not an old guy, but at his age, he's still producing and still doing amazing things on the court. And then you also got Giannis as well, and that's Nick as well, your son, who's been putting up shots and can hit the deep three. And he's even improved, I feel like, these first 2 games, even more. He's looking like a true point guard for this team. So, I think he's even improved also. as well. You know, that this roster is looking great, so there's a lot to look forward to this season. But I want to ask about the club as well, because you're a huge part of the club, and there's family ties in it all, and everything like that. With Mia and everything, with President Roll, and as I said, Nick in the playing group, and as well this year, 80 years of the East Perth Eagles. I don't know if you had much to do with it, but a new logo as well, so which is looking great. I actually really like the new logo. I think when teams bring out new logos, it's hard to like them at first, but the more I've looked at it, I do really like it. So 80 years. What a huge year it is going to be for the Eagles, and this club is amazing. You know, as you know, I spent time at East Perth. It's an amazing club. We love the people. But what do you love about East Perth?
What do I love? Oh, there's a lot in there. What do I love? Well, look, I grew up. It means it's something to me, something special to me, because I grew up at the club. You know, people have probably heard the story a million times now, but you know, it's my old man that brought built a stadium effectively. Him and two other guys actually that put a stadium together in Malaga and brought East Perth out of the Perry Lakes Stadium into a home, the first home. And so as a teenager, I was around and you know, coaching kids and playing basketball and all that type of stuff from an early age. And I actually met Mia down there. That's where we met. It kind of it is special, like from a family perspective, from a history perspective. There's a lot of loyalty there. So it does mean a lot to me. I'm a life member of the club. In terms of what I like about it, to answer your question, is the people and the great people that we have around the place, going from our domestic competition ranks to the Wobble ranks to the NBL 1 and all the people that help to support it and put it together. And you know, Mia came on to the board a couple of years ago and has just worked wonders there, and it's gone from a volunteer only type club to her with all of her business acumen. You know, she's got a master in business as well, and she's run companies and that type of thing. So for her to now bring it to a level where there's you know, and it's not just Mia, it's the whole board, and Mike Bardier and in particular Stuart Teagle, and I shouldn't leave anyone out, but I'm probably going to. But yeah, those types of people that are quite influential with their networks and with their business acumen, that have now brought it to a place where we've got 4 full-time employees. You know, general manager with Blake there, who was just an awesome recruit. We've got Sarah and Cassie on board full time, and we've also got Lee Roberts as our basketball development officer full time. Yeah. So for us to be able to do that in you know, a short period of time is a testament to the board, and you know, did I have it like me? As you know, there's a lot of time that goes into coaching. I don't have a lot of time for that stuff. I'd love to. But I do what I can and I help out where I can. But for the most part, I'm sort of in the coaching role, and the board are doing a really great job. And 80 years is really cool, really exciting. I'm pretty sure we're the oldest club. I'm confident of that, actually. 1946. Yeah. And we've and as Mia said in her speech at the launch night, you know, just getting started. And I'm glad to hear you like the logo. Thanks for that. Like, it is always hard when you change something, you know. But we've had a lot of great feedback, and we love it too. And it's not just something someone came up with. It was we worked with an organisation to put a brand document together. It's not just the logo; it's the fonts and the style guides and the mascot and the type. Yeah, there's the side on logo, the front on logo. There's all the things that go with it, the reasons behind it. What does it mean? And there's some nods to the old logo and all these things. So there's a lot of work. Definitely a lot of work's gone into that, and there's going to be more to come. We've got some past player interviews and past life members and things like that that they're going to start putting out there into the public space pretty soon.
Well, as you said, it is a historical club. You know, even winning championships with them, we had. I'm going to mess the year up. Was it 2010?
2014. 2014.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't believe, as you know, I was there. I should, not that year, but being in the club, I should know. But 2014, we'll quickly talk about that team. You know, what a roster was brought in back then. You know, Tom Jervis was there. Drew Williamson, who were both of the Wildcats. Sunday, I think, was on the team at Detch as well. I don't know. There were a lot more guys on Andre John Largic as well, maybe some other guys. But Yeah,
Andre
I
and
think,
his brother Nicola as well. Yep. You're
yeah.
getting there. You're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty well. Keep going. It's a test.
Yeah, and just trying to get more out. But look,
No, you're right.
even going back to that, which was a historic kind of year. It's a stupid question, but I know you'd love to be there. And do you see this team? Hopefully, maybe even this year, next year. Do you see your team? Do you think you can get to that level and back to championship basketball?
Yeah, well, that's the plan. I mean, we're putting this. We put a roster together. It's not a rebuild roster or anything like that. It's a core group that's returning. It's a core group returning. It's the guys that are recently sort of joined, like the guys like Giannis and Max that have been around for a little while, but not for too long. And then there's the new guys, and I can actually put David in that category too, with Giannis and Max has been around a little while. Jermaine returning to the club. I don't want to leave anyone out either. The young guys, a couple of new guys, some high level guys that are coming in like Lat, the captain Lee. Yeah, we want to give it a go. We feel we're good enough to win it, and the challenge will be to put that all together as a team. It's a team sport. It's not just you got this guy or that guy. I think if you do go back to 2010, we had a roster that I would even say would. Well, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but let's just say it was a very high level roster. Damian Martin, and there was like 4 NBL guys in that roster, and we had 3 7-footers. I think Jervis was the smallest of the 7-footers. Sam Harris, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Drew Williamson, Stephen Way. Oh, wow, and we didn't make finals that year. That was 2010. So it can just because you got names on a list doesn't mean it's a team. So that's going to be the challenge, is to make sure everyone's bought in, and hopefully everyone's bought in, and we're playing together and playing to win. But yeah, we want to hang another banner for sure, and do us proud and do the club proud. 40 did such a great job that year in 2014.
Yeah.
And he did have all those guys you mentioned. We had Joe Allen, who was the captain.
Yeah.
Kyle Armour as well, and the Donlagic brothers, the Sunday, and again Balcom. I could go on. We had Mathieu Muo, if I remember right, that year.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of everyone off the top of my head too. But it was a really good team. We finished 7th.
Wow. Yeah.
And came back and won it. So it was great. And there was a really good vibe around the club at that time, and we'd love to do that again. We'd love to.
Yeah, well, I know you wouldn't have much to do with women, the women's team, because you're just so focused on the men's. But as well, like Janelle Morley coming through with her girls, that roster's looking great as well. I don't know if you have much to do with Janelle in a way, but I think that was such a great signing to get her to come to the club. She took her Warwick Senators a few years ago to a national championship, and that was the year that Rocco and Warwick won, being with the Joondalup Wolves men as well as an assistant, and I guess it's great as well from a coaching point of view to have Janelle join East Perth. So I don't have a lot to do with it, but I do chat to Janelle. She's great, and we're really rapt to have her. We couldn't be happier, actually. She's got impressive CV and experience. She's got the respect of the girls, which is the main thing, I suppose, and she has a championship pedigree. Just bringing Warwick to that. Was it 2022 grand final and national championship? Yeah. Being able to pull Stacey in and then wrap a team around some of those high level girls. She's done an awesome job putting that team together, and whilst I think she has Mike, who's the NBL 1 director, Mike Bardia was working with her to help put that together, but Janelle's done a hell of a job. And I do talk to her. We see each other at practice and have a quick chat before or after or wherever we can and share some things. But she's great, and she's a really good fit for the club as well. So we couldn't be happier. And there's still another one to come, right? Another girl to come, another high level girl. Yeah.
So it's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, still got Sarah Mortensen to come, and they look like really, really good as well so far already. But look, Carl, we'll move to the games that we had in round 2 for this weekend. It was a really great long weekend for Easter. But first off, we've got the Coburn Cougars and the Willetton Tigers. And the Willetton Tigers won by 9 in this one, 91-82, and just some scorers there for Coburn. Their import Bradshaw with 23 points, 12 rebounds. Nick Pond as well with 12 points in that one. And then also for Willerton, a big game for Tayshaun Cherry. Nathan Pond, my bad. And then, Tayshaun Cherry, huge game, 24 and 12. He was a bit quiet in that first round against you guys. Damien Scott, 18.6 rebounds. And then also Bryce Johnson, their import, 15 points, 2 rebounds. And Tom Jerovich, 13 points, 8 rebounds. Mike Vigor off the bench with 10 as well. Big win for the Tigers. And what did you think about them when you played them in round one?
I think they're really good. I think it comes a lot of the times. And Cherry, he had a quiet one against us, but I like to think that he was the main focus for us. So I like to think we did at least a reasonable job there with him. But he's really good. And then they got it's that whole, is it a champion team or a team of champions? It's a little bit of both, but I think it's more of a champion team. They got really good, solid, their defense is awesome, and people overlook that. It's just they look on paper for points or whatever, and they're harder to guard because it's more of an even spread of points. So you can't just sort of focus on one. You got to look after a lot of them. To have Vigor come off the bench and provide that experience is underrated for any team that can do that. He's such a good player and smart IQ, shares the ball. He's a leader. He's all that stuff. And then for us, what did we think? The input was explosive, but we sort of expected that. And Damien Scott and Jerovich, they're just solid. They're just really solid as a team. They're really good. I think they're one of the better teams for sure. Yeah,
and led by Adam Nina as well, who's been around the block. So
you don't get there where they're at and those consistent finals and success without a great leader and a great coach behind them. So you feel his adjustments when you're coaching. Some coaches you feel more than others, but I think you really do feel his adjustments when you're out there. And he's got them really humming. I think they're one of the better teams for sure.
I don't know with your coaching philosophy and everything, but look, in a tough loss, especially in that one against the Tigers, do you? I don't know if this is a random question, but are you more of after the game showing kind of the negatives, or are you more of a showing the positives kind of guy? I'm not sure how you are. I just want to see how you would be after a game. I know it's very frustrating to lose. You'd seen me coach, and I don't like losing, so I hate it. But how are you how receptive are you to the guys, and what are you telling them after a loss? And maybe we can talk about that one with Willow.
Yeah, I don't think it's a matter of what type of coach I am in that respect. It depends. It depends on how we lost. If there's a lack of effort, or energy, or there was that type of thing, or it's anything to do with them, like any sort of selfish behaviours, then it could get negative. It's definitely. And the way I typically might do it is we have a look at what went wrong, and then we talk about it. And I don't keep them for long after the game. Generally, we've got training the following week and all that, and we can get through all the detail there. But we sort of summarise it, we deliver it. This is where we went wrong, and this is what we've got to focus on for next week or for the next game. And we try to sort of put it behind us and then move on. And we'll still do our review and everything, but I've got to get them into the mindset of we've got to adjust these things, and then we move forward. And for us, we got the luxury of it's never going to be a talent issue. Willerton, I counted in terms of that game specifically. I counted 12. There were 12 bunnies. We had 12 bunnies, and that I know is not normal. We're not concerned. We're going to make those layups, and I mean uncontested. Just what do you do with that? Even in the fourth quarter, we did a couple of adjustments, and we got the exact shots we wanted, and we missed 4 in a row. We got 4 stops in a row, and that was meant to be the comeback, and we didn't convert any of them. So for a situation, but on the other side, the flip side, we got out rebounded, and I wasn't happy about that. I hate being out rebounded more than anything. So that can sometimes come down to a bit of effort, or a bit of whether it's fundamentals or technique or effort. So I got a bit narky about that. But then again, moving forward, we've got an opportunity this week. We go home and get our first win. We're expecting a good crowd, which we did get. Let's put something on for our people. That was kind of the message. So
Well, next game we'll go to Eastern Suns versus the Warwick Senators, and Eastern Suns. I'm not going to say it's a surprise, but it was a very big win against Warwick. I actually thought the Senators were going to get this one, but they head up to Rayovan Sports Centre, and Taranda Smith, who, as we know, came over from the Coburn Cougars, 24.7 rebounds in this one. Joe Cook Green as well with 14 points. And as well, they've got their other import as well here for the Suns, Simpson with 13 points. Marley Sam, 12 for him. And the big news was Seb Salinas, 550 games. 13 points for him. What an amazing accomplishment. Kyle, I don't know if you know Seb too well, but Seb, for me growing up watching SBL back in the day, and I used to floor wipe, and, I used to watch Seb, and he also taught me at school as well. So Seb is someone I always looked up to in basketball. 550 games. That's amazing accomplishment. And what do you think about that accomplishment there for
good on him,
Seb?
like at that. And again, he's not. I can't say he's old because that makes me ancient. I don't think of myself as being old. I mean, good on him. And I do look. I wouldn't say I know him well or anything like that, but I've had plenty of chats with him over the years.
Yeah.
I think I was kicking around. I was playing against him in a rec league at Morley Rec one year, and I think we played. We played even recently in the Masters at Warwick. We played against. Not that long ago actually, but. So we have chats and all that, but he's great, and good on him for keep going. And why not? Why wouldn't you? I actually think he looks better this year than last year, like in terms of his body and what he looks like and how he's how he just played, and he can definitely shoot it, and he knows his role, and he's going to help out the coaches for sure and help with the young. They've got a few young guys down there, so I'm sure he's helping there, setting good examples, all that stuff. And and I don't know that the game was much of a surprise. I was expecting a good game, to be honest, because. Warwick's obviously got a few outs as well, but they're young kids. Whenever you're playing a team and they've got young kids and all that, they're going to fight and hustle and work hard, and so there's that as well. And Warwick have that as well, and both teams are going to fight and hustle. I thought it was good, and I thought I thought both teams. I only watched the condensed game, to be honest.
I think the Suns look really good, Kyle. I know last year. I think they were all right. They had some really good pieces. Marshall Nelson was there, but Joe Cook Green is a lot like him. But even adding Taranda Smith as well, Simpson, their other import, I haven't seen him much. I need to get to a Suns game. But I think they're going to be a team everyone needs to watch out for. And the Senators as well, I know they might be missing a couple of guys. But they're going the Suns are actually looking pretty good this year so far.
No, I agree, mate. And, Tarandis, we played him in the preseason and he put a lot of shots up, didn't make any, and then we played him during the season and he gave us an absolute bath. He was really good. So I'm not surprised that they're good at all. I'm not surprised at all that they're really good, and they got Joe and some vets. They got Lewis Thomas. He's always hard to play against. The young kids that are going really well. Some of the vets are there, again, steadying the ship. And Aaron's really good with it as well. He's really, calm under pressure, and he's a great coach as well. So I'd expect really good things from them as well. I agree.
Yeah, and then for Warwick, a guy I've really enjoyed watching. I watched his first game last week, and against Perry Lakes, and Marshawn Blackman, 40 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. And then also the young guy, Billy McRae, as well, 31 points, 5 rebounds to him. Tyler Shand with 9 points, 12 rebounds. I guess they have a lot of their core, but, they don't have Todd Withers anymore, don't have Elijah Pepper, which was a huge loss. Marshawn is really taking the load, I guess, for this team in the couple of first rounds. And he looks really good. He looks a lot different to what we saw at Lakeside. But that's a huge game for him. He didn't actually sit down at all, 40 minutes, Carl, as well. But I don't know if you see much of Marshawn this year, but he's such an exciting player, and I'm really happy he's gone to a team like the Senators as well.
He's really good. I don't know, like when we saw the signing, JT and I we saw it and we went, he's really good. So I remember playing against him at Lakeside. He's just a tough guard because he's tall. He's like about 6'5", I think. And he's a tank. Like he's a really strong guy that is explosive. He's quick. So, finding a matchup for him's difficult. And he's talented and he's got a motor. And, when I saw that signing, I was like, oh, yeah, that's a really good signing. Like I said, JT and I spoke about it. But they've got some really good pieces, right? They got I don't know Billy very well. I remember, I think I saw him in a D-League game a year or two ago, and he was solid. But he's obviously, again, with these young guys that are working on their game, they can really come out of nowhere. And And I'm not saying he's coming nowhere. I think he's played at national for Australia even. I just don't
Yeah.
know. But he had a really good game, and I watched his shots actually. I actually pulled it up on the Synergy just to watch his shot attempts, and he was they were tough. They weren't easy buckets. Like he's and against some of the best players too. So he was really good. Tyler does a great job. He's that role player guy because he's going to he's going to block shots. He's going to steal the ball. He's going to play great D, and he's they've got some good pieces. And then like I said, they're missing a couple. So yeah, they're again. I mean, are there any bad teams? There's no bad teams. Yeah. So we got them this week. So, but I'm sure you'll talk about that. But yeah.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what you're saying, Carl. There are a lot of more really, really good teams than there are bad. So every team is just going to really compete. That's what I love about the league. Even in the past few years, like in the past few years with Slammers and some of the bottom teams, and even Coburn last year, they really struggled at the start of the season, and they really clicked in the second half of the season and really brought some wins to Coburn. And I think the league's just growing every year. And I guess for you being a coach, you're always watching that, and the league is definitely getting even better.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I think it's great that everyone's lifting and putting more into it. I love the NBL guys wanting to stay and really want to play and taking it seriously. They want to win, and I've had those guys like and Jono you talked about before, like really good example. Like we're always talking about what we're doing, what we're going to do, making plans, and it's not just him. There's quite a few of them that I'm in sort of regular discussion with, and especially Lee as captain, and he's my conduit, I guess. But yeah, there's a lot of interest from the NBL side of things, and the NBL guys and want to play NBL 1, and there's respect for the league. And it can really help them with their NBL pathway. And Elijah Pepper probably a good example of that with the season he had last year. And I don't know if it was the reason or not. I'm not part of the internals at Wildcats, but he obviously got a bigger opportunity this year off the back of that big season he had. Isaac White as well is that they had 8 years and there they are in the NBL now playing significant minutes. Isaac was starting quite a few times this year for Adelaide, so it plays a big role there. So yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, definitely. And then also on the weekend, Thursday night still, the Perry Lakes Hawks went down to the Joondalup Wolves. I was commentating this one. Great game. And the Wolves, 106-78. I really love their roster as well. They haven't really changed much, I guess. The few new players coming here. For the Perry Lakes Hawks, it was Andreas Grubischer, one of their young guys, 26.6 rebounds, 3 assists. He was tremendous. And then, as we know, Cam Hufner as well, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. And they were looking really good. Even Aluth John coming off the bench, 8 points, 5 rebounds. AJ Nabenzi, he actually went down with an injury, with a calf injury, so he was out. They had a couple guys in foul trouble, so Aluth John was playing a lot. Riley Leach was playing. Sorry, I might have messed up his name as well. It was Riley Leach as well, played a little bit, and then I think it was Jaden Exeter played. And he actually supposedly scored his first NBL 1 points as well. So as we know, his dad was a tremendous player around the league. I think it was played for the Perth Redbacks.
Can't remember, mate. Testing me now.
Yeah, but so he had his first points in the league. So congratulations to him. But another NBL guy, Cam Hufner, and he loves to put the shots up. There with the Hawks, but I guess that's why he's there. It's why he's there, and he makes a lot of them. Played 29 minutes in this one, but just couldn't get it against the Wolves. But it's great to see someone like Cam in the league as well, I guess.
Cam's great. I think he's going to be one of the best players in the league this year. I mean, he's probably just finding his feet with the team, and if they get Jaron in, which I think they are.
Correct.
I've seen him on the bench there. I think having that extra guy to be able to find him, especially if AJ's down, I don't know how bad that is, but I think he's really good, honestly. And he won the championship as well. He was Lat's teammate last year. With West Adelaide, and I think he was the grand final MVP. I think one of those boys were. I think so. Yeah. So no, he's excellent, mate. He's really good, and we played the Hawks in a preseason game, just mainly their young guys. Cam didn't play. But we didn't have Jonah or Lat or Dave. So we're missing a few as well. But we had a team that you could say on paper really should have taken care of them. But their young guys were really good. And Andreas in particular had 40 on us, and we were trying.
Yeah, wow.
He's a guy. He's coming.
Yeah.
Like he can play. So no, they'll be good and they'll get better. I'm sure. I don't know if they've got any imports yet or what they're doing there, but I'm sure they'll get better. And Joondalup, CJ does his thing. The import is it Sharif Black?
Yeah, Sharif Black. Yep.
Yeah, he's excellent. He's really explosive and he can put the ball in for sure. So with those guys and some of their vets, I think I rate them, and we got them in a couple of weeks as well. So we'll be interesting to see what happens. Yeah,
and quickly for the Hawks as well, Ben Peterson actually got ejected in this one.
Okay, didn't know that.
If you've seen Ben, I guess you would have with the Wildcats, watching the Wildcats, and he's such an aggressive coach. He loves to talk to the refs. He's stepping on the court every few seconds. The referee has to turn and tell him he's leaving the coaching box. And there's no problem. I really enjoy seeing it. He's just so loud and aggressive. And maybe said a bit too much on the weekend. And he was actually ejected from the game. And that gave Nick Vlahov his first kind of official head coaching, position, I guess, for a second. So that was congratulations to him. He was really excited after the game. I had a chat with him, and it was he was laughing about some stuff. And when we go to the Wolves, I actually spoke to Sharif Black as well after the game. So I'm going to pop that right now for you guys to listen to. Sharif, massive win for you guys here in Perry Lakes against the Hawks. And you had a tough assignment, well, not personally, but against Cam Hufner as well, who's an amazing shooter. We saw him last week against Warwick, put up some big shots. And tonight you were great, 33 points, 6 rebounds and 4 steals. How do you feel your performance was tonight against the Hawks?
Pretty good. I got off to a pretty slow start. I think I was kind of looking for contact a little bit too much early, looking at the refs. I just had to get in my head, just play through it, just adjust. But, I think I did pretty well picking it up second quarter and on. And then, it was a bunch of other guys that really picked it up for us. I really stretched the lead. I was keeping the scoreboard ticking over. But, I think Jordy came in. He played really good defense, played hard on the boards. CJ did what CJ does. Yeah. Taylor running the team, Caleb hitting some shots. I know his last game he was in foul trouble, so good individual performance. But these guys, this is a really good team, and we play fast, so we're able to stretch those leads just by getting up and down the floor. So
as you can tell, you guys love to run the floor. You love to run the floor.
Yeah.
Is that definitely a huge part of the Wolfpack basketball and then the brand you're trying to play?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys. A lot of people aren't familiar with Lucas Allen. I'm really familiar with Lucas Allen, so I've known him since 2020. That's his brand of basketball. So, I know, like I said, before the season, his teams are always hard to play against because they're going to full court pressure, they're going to play fast, and you just kind of got to adjust on the fly, and that's what we're doing. So it's we like to put a lot of pressure on the ball, like to just mix things up, junk things up. That's probably how I got my steals, by just somebody else running double, and I just get in the passing lane or something like that. So it's a team effort, So that's what we want to do. We want to play fast, play hard.
Yeah, and Joondalup is an amazing club. And how's it been for you? I guess it's really professional. They're known for that. They get some fans down. And I know you haven't had a home game yet, but I bet you're really excited to see that.
And I heard about it. I'm really excited. And as far as Joondalup, man, they do a really great job of taking care of their players, man. It's the most professional club I play for in Australia, and that's no disrespect to any club I play for, but they kind of take it up a notch with everything that they do. And Andrew's been really good with the whole entire club, just getting things running and making sure we're taking care of any problems we have. We go to him, and it's been really good, man. It's been a really smooth transition because of that, because we have that support. And I'm definitely looking forward to home games. I was watching a couple years ago, actually. I watched a couple Joondalup games, so I kind of know what to expect, but it's different when you're out there, so I'm really excited. Yeah.
Well, Sharif, we're loving what we've seen.
Yeah.
Back-to-back 30-point games.
Yeah.
Huge. You were in the All-Star 5 last year with the Sturt Sabres, so maybe we can sell it in the West. So
we'll see, man.
We'll see.
We're
but
trying to win,
great win, and enjoy that one.
Yeah, thank you, man. Have a good one.
So, Sharif was really great in this one. As you mentioned, Kyle, 33 points, 6 rebounds and 4 steals for him. CJ Turnage, 23 points, 4 rebounds. Caleb Davis as well, 19 points for him. And, they've just got and even having, Damon Ballantyne coming off the bench, Gabe Chidinia as well. yes, Jordan Wellstead, and as well Taylor Young, former player of yours as well. They're going to be a really strong team. And on paper at the start of the season, I was a bit, not saying they were going to be bad, but I just was like, I'm not sure about this team. But they've actually really changed my mind. They've been a really, really good team, and that's going to be an exciting matchup for you guys in a couple of weeks against the Wolves, especially to go up against a former player of yours in Taylor Young, as you know, a great IQ and a great guard for them. He only had 8 points in this one, but he really fits into that system. And I've got a lot of time for Sharif Black. He's both games at the start of the season, he's had 30 plus points. So they've got a tough team, and we know what CJ Turnage can do as well, Carl.
Yeah, well, I think, like I said before, it's one thing to have a team on paper, but it's about how they click and play well together. And when you go through that team and roster building stage, that's one of the big things you got to consider. You can't just go and get the highest stats guys you can get. That's obviously, you need everything. You need the rebounders, the playmakers, the defense guys, the role players, all that stuff. But you look at it, and sometimes you can get caught up because you think you get complacent. You go, it's this guy and this guy and this guy. Who they are. People tend to get excited about a new guy, and I think for them, Sharif's performing. Like, certainly, I looked at him when I saw the signing. I had a quick look at him. He looked really good, but until they actually play in the league, you don't know how they're going to go in the league, and whether it suits them or not. So there's that. So you might go either way. You might go, I'm really excited. This guy looks great, and when a team's got lots of new guys, you might think that they're up here, and maybe sometimes they're not, or vice versa, where or you look at guys just because you know them, but you forget how good they are. Like CJ does, they've been doing that for years. You can't sleep on that. You should be even more excited he's coming back for another year because you know what he can do. So I think there's a bit of that, but I agree, they're really good as well. They are. Yeah,
they're going to be a tough team, as we know, as they always are. And then we'll go to a long journey for the Perth Redbacks. They had to take on the Southwest Slammers at Eaton Rec Centre on a Thursday. That's a tough one. And their import, Grebrawet, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists in this one. Devin Craig with 19 points. Their big John Martinez, 14 points, 9 rebounds. Big game for them. And the Redbacks, as they won in this one, 89-77. For their first win of the season, Nick Floyd with 24 points, 9 rebounds. Sean Conway, 23 points, 6 rebounds. Lockie Phillips, 15 points, 8 rebounds. Isaac Eder as well with the 7 points. Also 3 rebounds, 6 assists as well. So a big win for the Perth Redbacks in that one. And that was all the games on Thursday, as we didn't have any games Friday or even Sunday. So just having a couple of games on Saturday night. And next up is the East Perth Eagles getting the win over the Mandurah Magic. And I know I said, which I apologise, a comfortable win. It looked in that early in the third, later in the third, early fourth, you guys had a big lead. And 42 points in the third quarter for your boys. Huge third quarter. But 113-98 win. So I apologise about that, Carl, because it actually was tense. I think I actually forgot for a second, but I think they got back to maybe 8 points. Was it 8 or 9 points? 10 points?
9,
yeah. And so I apologise.
Everyone too.
So it wasn't an easy win. So I apologise, but
no.
Yeah, but still to come out on top against a good Mandurah team. I know they're missing Matt Kenyon, missing Mike. I was about to say Mike Adewumi. No, it's Michael Dupree as well. So they're going to be great additions to the team. But still, I asked David Aquera after the game, which I can talk about in a sec. But he had to go up against Jock Perry, which he had a pretty good game as well. But talk about kind of this win. It must have been. It's always great to get your first win of the season, especially your first home win as well. Yeah.
Well, no. Look. We had a bit of a tough talk with the boys at halftime about on some of the things that we weren't happy about. Let's just say that. And then they came out in the third. They really responded. So I was wrapped with that. And 42 points, you can't sneeze at that. I mean, even if you do that, even if you do close to that, you're going to put yourself in a pretty good position coming into the fourth. So really happy with that. I think where we let ourselves down, and the reason why it became close, or one of the catalysts for it becoming close, was the last 10 seconds of the third, where we had a couple of brain fades and we gave them 5 free throws for no reason. That was just a silly silly off the ball foul, trying to sort of get in front of a screen that put him to the line for a couple, and then we fouled Lockie on a half court shot. So and they were those 3 free throws were his only points for that quarter. So I was happy that we shut him down because he was on a burner, and then disappointed that because we should have gone into that fourth 25 up, I think it should have been, but we only went in 20. So when they hit their first couple, it put some scoreboard pressure on because now you're in the teens, and we had to call a couple of timeouts to steady the ship, and we just went away from what we were doing, and there was no real reason for it. They turned up the defense. We didn't really take what they gave us. We rushed a couple, and that's really the time of the game where you've got to make really good decisions. So wasn't happy about that, and that was the pressure I was talking about. But offensively, it looked really good. Even the first quarter, we put 33 on in the first, and the problem was we gave up 31. And to Lachlan and Jock's credit, they shot the ball as good as I've seen them. And Jock's really good. Like, he's going to be another one. And I think Mandra. I had him top 4 when I looked at all the teams at the start of the season. I had him top 4 with all their team, obviously. And Dupree's he's coming in. He's great. And they'll take shots away. Him and Matt Kenyon will take shots away from Lockie and Jock, but they don't need to be shooting 30 shots a game to be great either. Like maybe a few less would be good, and then the other guys take them, and they're just as capable of doing the same thing. So I think they're going to be really good, and we'll see them again with their full team later in the year. But happy with my guys. Lat for his first game, he's only done sort of 2 half sessions. He's just sort of coming back into playing full time. So I thought Lat was really efficient, really good. Dave was outstanding. I mean, they've recorded him as 2 blocks. No way. I think I've got him at about 5. Those little fingertip deflections that they might not see on the stats bench, but he was unbelievable, both ends of the floor. Really happy with Nick, his production. I think 15 and 6. And come up with some rebounds and really harassed their guards, and he took a step up as well. So I was happy with that, and he's playing his role. And that's the thing to talk about our team. Like, we've got all these scorers, but someone's got to link it all together, and that's Nick's job this year. And even the guys that chipped away, Lee had a captain's quarter. That fourth quarter was just really when we needed the buckets, and when we needed the rebounds and we needed the stops, he provided them. And some really good minutes. Jermaine didn't show up on the stat sheet so much, but did a great job defensively. Bing did his part. All of them, it was a real good team effort. Even when Giannis didn't play a lot, but Giannis gave us some really good minutes. Just changing shots. Again, doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but changing shots. He fought through some contact and finished a cup on at least one occasion, and I was really happy with that. But there was a stage of the game where I just needed to get Dave back in. We were slipping on the boards, and I needed Dave back in, and Lee was getting it done, and Lat was getting it done. So Giannis probably deserved to play a bit more, but there's only 5 spots on the floor, so yeah.
Yeah, that's right. David, as you said, 33 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, and just while we're on him, normally, as people know, I normally announce on the show our player of the week. And so from base compression, David Aquera was our player of the week this week. And I know we spoke about him a lot, but I definitely think if he keeps producing, he could be up there for MVP this season. And I know you're his coach, and I know you back your guy, as we see in the NBL. We see Gorge backing his guy, and and all the coaches backing their player. But David is definitely a guy I could see with that voting. And like we said, he just looks a level above these guys. And even those little tips you said, he did actually have a few of those. And even the shot changes, like when Lockie would drive inside and David's there, it's so hard to get a shot off around him. Not even Lockie, but even just the other guys. When they get into that keyway and they see him, it is a scary thing to put up a shot around him. But David, our player of the week, and I love watching him, and that's why I've been to both of the East Perth games this year.
Yeah, he'll be in the mix, mate, for sure. And we had a guy a few years back, or a couple of years ago, Jared Anastasio, that would sort of be that rim protector, last resort of defense guy that changes shots or blocks shots, and we've missed that the last couple of years, and we've really missed Jared. But David's certainly able to fill that gap, and we'd love to have Jared back one day, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, shout out to Jared Anastasio as well. I remember that run he had. He was like a young big and didn't really have a lot of kind of past history of playing, as a starter and everything. And he came in and really was a great big for you guys. So I know he's battled with injuries, but he still helps out with a lot of the wobble teams as well and the kids. So good you actually mentioned him, Kyle, because he's a great guy. And hopefully I'd love to see him back in the league as well.
Fingers crossed, mate. Yes, he does a lot for the club too. He's a champion for sure.
Yeah. Well, quickly, we'll go to my chat with David Aquera. I spoke to him after the game.
How'd you feel about that one?
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, especially coming off the loss last week, I think we really needed a win, and it felt good, especially doing it at home.
And you've added Lat Mayan as well, a teammate from the Wildcats. What's he going to bring to the team this year?
Yeah, that's my brother. He brings a lot. He's very versatile. He can defend 1 to 5 like he did today, and then he can score the ball at 3 levels, So that's what he brings.
You had a tough assignment with Jock Perry. What were you kind of thinking going into the game? He's a long big. He can rebound. He can shoot the mid-range. How did you feel about matching up with him tonight?
Yeah, he's a tough cover. I mean, he can shoot the ball. Like you said, he's very tall. So just trying to force him to dribble the ball was my goal today.
Yeah. And this team, there's a lot. You've got Lee Roberts, a lot of new guys coming to the team. But, how do you feel about the boys this year?
No, it's great. I mean, like I said at the end of the game, we're very versatile, 1 through 5. So, it's going to be a fun season.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your time, David, and what a big game. Big double-double for you tonight.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah. But yeah, big game for David, 33 and 11 and 8 assists, and then he walks away with base compression player of the week. And then last game of the round, this one was a huge game. Rockingham Flames going down to Lakeside Lightning at Mike Barnett Sports Complex, 95-93, and it came off of a buzzer beater as well. Rockingham, as we said, I guess they don't have, they don't have Isaac, they don't have Michael Harris as well, as they went down in the championship in the NBL, which is sad for them, but they'll be back. It's sad, but it's good. They'll be back in the league, so it's good to see. But Blake Jones, 25 points, 10 rebounds. Emmett Nah, 20 points, 14 assists. Then Mark Burkholder as well, 15 and 6. Ryan Godfrey coming off of his 30-point game last week with 14 points, 6 assists. And then for Lakeside, it was Liam Patterson with 23 points, 6 rebounds. Josh Davey, 19 and 6. Michael Garbellini as well with 12 points. Holick with 12 points. And Matty Teal as well off the bench with 10. I don't know if you saw much of that. I actually hadn't watched the game. I've just seen that buzzer beater 3. But congrats to Lakeside for going up against those guys. And I know that Rocco aren't at their full strength, but that's still a really good team. You got Blake Jones, as we said, who's the DP for LA 36ers. Emmett Nah, who's an NBL level guy. Mark Burkholder, who's their import. Yeah, you got Boof, got Dernan, and some of their young guys on the bench. But that was a big win for Lakeside Lightning. They'll be happy to walk away with that one.
Yeah, it's not easy to do going there for sure. And I only saw the shot. I just saw the last shot, so I didn't see all the last play. I didn't see the game, but obviously the play when we played, and I haven't seen anything else since. But I think you're right. It is a really good team, regardless. And at the end of the day, you put 5 guys out there. Okay, you got a couple of big guns that are out, but it's still the same team and coach and systems and all that sort of stuff. And then to have guys like Godfrey, and I know I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but a guy like him, if he is the 6th man or whatever, people underestimate that role. And not just 6 man, the 6, 7, 8, that's the difference between winning the championship and not winning the championship. I think to have that depth there, and a lot of people don't appreciate, I think, the difference makers that those guys can be. You're gonna, Isaac going to give you what he's going to give you. This guy, Nah's going to, all that, but you often don't know or don't realise what these other guys can do in their contributions, and they add up to what ultimately becomes the win or the loss. And they're all very good players in their own right, and good on Lakeside for doing that. And Josh Davies certainly capable of that. I know everyone thinks of him as the rebounding guy or the role player, but he can play, and that that was a great shot. And Patterson for Lakeside, I remember seeing him coming through the D League ranks and everything, and number for him. So you're seeing some of these young guys come through the system, and it's always good to see the WA guys do well. But good on him. Like I said, didn't see it, but looked like he had a good game.
Yeah. Well, congrats to them guys on a really tough win away against Rocco. And that's all the games for round 2, but we're going to move to round 3 in the NBL 1 West. And we'll just give our tips for this round 3 matchups. And this week we've got a huge weekend as always. And first off, it's the Perth Redbacks taking on the Willetton Tigers at Belmont Oasis and Leisure Centre. And as I said, Friday, April 10th. And this is going to be a good one. Perth coming off their win against the Slammers. But I think Willetton are going to be a bit too strong for them. As you guys, you saw them in round 1. If you get that Tayshaun Cherry to produce like he does another double-double, Bryce Johnson as well was great. And then you've got Viggs, Damien Scott, as we spoke about. They're going to be such a hard team to beat. But I'm pretty comfortable with the Tigers in this one against Redbacks. Kyle?
Yeah, I agree. But I do think it's going to be close. I'm predicting a close one.
Yeah.
Redbacks at home. They'll be hungry. They do have a good roster. I think Willetton as well, but I think it'll be close.
Yeah. And then as well, on the Friday night as well, the Warwick Senators taking on the East Perth Eagles at the Senate at Warwick. And this is going to be a really great game. And this is going to be good. You'll be watching Marshawn Blackman as well. George Pearl has had... I know he was a bit quiet in the last game. He only played 10 minutes, so I didn't actually see the game.
All right. It was strange. 10 minutes. I figured there might be something going on in terms of hopefully he's not injured, but there might be something there.
Yeah, correct. So that's why I actually want to go back and watch. Look, Kyle, you don't need to speak about everything you're going to do, and I guess it's early this week. What's maybe some keys to you think so far to hopefully getting the win against Warwick? And Warwick is always a tough place to play as well. So what have you got to do to beat the Senators this weekend?
Well, yeah, we just got to play our game. We got to dictate the terms and the pace, and obviously depending on who they have, it's a tough one this week because I don't know who's in and who's out. They got a few guys that are just sort of Ben Henschel could be a huge in if he's in. I don't know what's happening with him. I heard a couple of things, but don't know what's the case. Keegan, I don't know why he hasn't played. I don't know. I don't know who's playing. But what we have to do is just play our game. That's like I said. No matter who they put out on the floor, we got to dictate terms. We got to play our way. It's a bit of a derby for us. I know they talk about Joondalup Warwick as being the grudge match or whatever it is, but we're only 10 minutes away from them. Like it's a bit of a local rivalry. We like going there. We like playing there. We've done well there in recent times, and we got the win there last year. And we want to do it again. So we just got to play our way, and we got to make sure we're not complacent. Respect all their guys, no matter who's out there, and making sure we take care of some of those role player guys or those young guys, and make sure we do the job on them as well. So,
yeah, I spoke to Vlad Alava at the start of the season about him scouting, for like Sammy Whitcomb and players like that. And I guess for you, it's just got to be scouting guys like Ben and over scouting, I guess, rather than under scouting. And it's maybe a little bit extra work, but I guess it's it's better to do it than not. But so we'll see this weekend in that matchup. And then also the Southwest Slammers taking on the Rockingham Flames. I'd be pretty confident in saying the Flames. I don't know if they're going to have Isaac, but speaking to Ryan Petrick last week, Ryan has been messaging, and back and forth with Isaac, and Isaac wanting to know every little detail supposedly about the Flames. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's there this weekend. But even I think without him, and Michael Harris, I think that they'd get the job done against the Slammers. But I don't think it's going to be a steep kind of a smashing game for the Flames. I think it's going to be a close one. This one is at Eaton Rec Centre as well. So
what day is the game?
That's actually on Friday night.
On Friday as well. Yeah, okay. Well, it's tough. It's tough little. It's a long drive, I should say. But other than that, I think obviously Flames should win. But again, I don't know too much about the Slammers this year. I haven't watched them yet. Seen their list, but that's about all I know. I'm sure they'll fight hard and work hard. It'll be a home game, and I see their girls are doing well. So hopefully they get some numbers there to support them and a crowd there to support them. And I would expect the Flames to win. I would expect Isaac to play, but you never know if he's got commitments or whatever to come.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, and then on Saturday, April 11th. The Joondalup Wolves taking on the Coburn Cougars at Arena Joondalup. and this is going to be a great one for the Wolves as Coburn. I'm hearing things they won't have Johnny Narkle for a few weeks to deal with contract stuff, so I don't think he'll be there. But I think this will be a really good one. But we know what the Wolves can do. They bring down, their whole crowd. They fill out the arena at Arena Joondalup there, and so I'm going to go for the Wolves in this one. But I think it'll be a close one.
No, I agree with that. And look, John, it's a league rule. If you break a contract, if a player breaks a contract, you can't play for 28 days. So it's not, I think it's just that's the reason he's not playing, from what I understand. But But no, I agree. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be good. Coburn looks good this year, especially once they get. I mean, Rowan's injured. I think. He's
correct. Yeah,
he's one of the best guards in the league, and he's an out, and Johnny's an out. But again, like I said before, these young guys or these guys that come out and need to show something will usually come out and show something. So, I think Joondalup will get them, but I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah, and then also the Goldfields Giants hosting the Lakeside Lightning at Evolution Mining Stadium, and it's something that I think every team dreads is going out to the Goldfields. But like we said, they did a really good job against Rocco. I like the Giants, but I think if they can give that what they did to the Flames, I think they can get this one against the Goldfields. But yeah, this is a really. I'm like on the fence between these two teams. I'm just going to go with Lakeside, but then we always have to put the travel into consideration as well, Carl, as you would know.
Yeah, it's the hardest road trip. I mean, Geraldton's tough too, but that's the hardest one. But I agree. Cause I think Lakeside did well there last year as well, if I remember right. I don't remember who won, but I think it was a good game. I'm going to go Lakeside as well. I agree. Yeah, we're on the same page here. What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll see if we've got a different one for this one. The Eastern Suns taking on the Mandurah Magic. Wow. I really want to go the Suns, but I'd say Mandurah might be getting Matt Kenyon in, and I do like Mandurah, but the Suns had a great win on the weekend as well, and they're looking good. But I might go for Mandurah, and they're at home, so that's why I might pick them. But we'll see what you got, Carl.
I'm going to have to say the same thing. I think they're good without those two. If they can bring, I think Dupree still might have commitments. I'm pretty sure. I think he's playing in South America or something like that.
Correct. Yeah.
But if Matt plays, I don't know if people know what he's like in NBL 1, but he's not just going to do the defense. Like, he's a defensive guy for sure, but in NBL 1 he's going to be scoring the ball too. And if he plays, then it's going to be really tough for the Suns. But Suns are really good too. This is going to be that'll be a game, I reckon. That'll be a good game. Suns look good too. So I'll go Mandurah, but I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah, and then as well, we were speaking off air. It's really weird. The Geraldton Buccaneers missed round 1 due to the cyclone that was going on and got cancelled. I swear they had to buy this round, or I'm going crazy. But this is going to be hopefully the first time we see the Geraldton Buccaneers in round 3 against the Perry Lakes Hawks. It's really hard to say Gero because we haven't seen them. But yeah, what can you say about Gero? The defending champs, as we know, but they lost a few this year. Getting Devondrick Walker, he should be there. Liam Hunt coming back as well. I love this Gero team, and I think in their first game of the season, in front of their home crowd, they're going to be pumped. So we'll see how it goes, but I think Perry Lakes will give them a tough match, and they've got to defend Hoofner as well, and he likes to put it up. So we'll see. But I've got Gero in this one.
I think Geraldton comfortably. Actually, I think they've as good as they were last year. I think they're on paper anyway. I think they're strong. They're stronger. They've upgraded, I think. And if Devondrick's good, I don't know how his recovery's going, but if he's good, then that's a scary team. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, always scary, and as well their crowd as well. A great crowd they have in Gero.
The crowd, the coaching, they got their systems, they got their core, they got their guys that just buy in. They do their job, they play their role. They don't care if they play minutes or score the ball or they just want to win, and that's why they've been so successful over the years. So credit to them, credit to their crowd. It's a great atmosphere up there, and I think they'll get it.
Yeah. Well, Kyle, I know you're a very busy man, and you've got to get ready for the game this week coming up against Warwick. And I just want to quickly just speak about the fans and the family, everyone that's around East Perth. You need them to come down to Warwick because they're going to help you guys hopefully get that win. And the community is great at East Perth, they really come out and support you guys. And as well, this is going to be a really great matchup. I'm really pumped up for it. And hopefully the fans, they do get around and come and see you guys on Friday night.
Thanks, mate. No, thanks, appreciate it. And we had a big crowd there last year too, and they got treated to a great game. So love to see them all there again this coming Friday. Hopefully we can get as many as we can. It's just down the road, so hopefully that's easy enough.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Carl, thank you so much for your time. Really, really appreciate it. It's great to have you on the show. First time I've had you on the show, so I apologise. It's been great to chat with you, and hopefully we'll get you on in the future as well. And a very bright future for East Perth. As I said, loving the new logo, loving it. 80 years, so congratulations on all that. And good luck for this weekend and the rest of the season.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
No worries. So for the listeners and viewers of the show, that's it for this week. And check out all the games on the NBL One app. And as always, there's always a game close to you guys. So hopefully you can get down to them, support your team, or just go out and watch the basketball game. So we'll see you next week for round 3 and round 4 on Fast Break Radio.